Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's Once Upon a Time, Season 2, Episode 4. Now, as we know, last time I was left a crying mess. And, you know, fair play. This show has gotten me emotional before, but that was something else. Like, something really affected me deeply, and it made for a very entertaining reaction. I hope it's not going to do that to me too often, especially not today, because this is what I was going to lead into. I was intending on recording this tomorrow from my perspective, which would be Monday the 16th of March. But I've decided to record this today, Sunday the 15th of March, because 7 hours after I made my community post on my YouTube profile explaining how I was planning to make my March return, you know, this coming week from the 16th, and, you know, record a bunch on the Monday and then post throughout the week, 7 hours after I posted that, I've started noticing that my breath is catching on this little irritation at the back of my throat, and I have been having coughing fits throughout most of the morning, and, you know, feeling the urge to cough all the time, and feeling that there's a rough sort of blockage at the back. And I know that this is where people are going to start saying, oh, Luffy has coronavirus, but the thing is, since the start of last week, one of my very best friends, who is visiting a lot lately, has been trying to recover from a regular-ass cold. I am under no illusion that with him frequently coming round over the past week, and we've shared meals in the same room, he spent time just sat here with me in my room, we're both in an isolated space, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm starting to catch his regular cold. So I'm not freaking out, but I basically wanted to say that I'm doing this a day early because with me already having something wrong with my throat today, I don't want to have lost my voice or anything, or really feel down in the dumps by the time my planned recording time came along. So I've basically moved my schedule up. So I'm at least going to watch this today. Obviously I've not got time tonight. It's about 10:15 at night for me right now. This is the only thing I'll be able to watch tonight, but this is basically a backup. If I don't feel well enough to record tomorrow, I at least have this done so I can upload a Once Upon a Time video. You see where I'm going with this? So I still plan to record stuff tomorrow, probably more Young Justice episodes, probably a few more of them. But for now, Once Upon a Time was the priority, so I've decided to record an episode of this today, just in case I'm not up to recording tomorrow. I'm being very clever here, I think. I'm being very proactive. I don't know what the word is. It's not proactive, it's not intuitive, or is I'm basically not taking chances and getting ahead of the curve in a way that could be perceived to be clever. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man, I don't know what to expect other than, and obviously to make sure the video file plays okay, I play the first few seconds, and I noticed that there isn't a recap this time. We're going straight into a scene, so that's interesting. So this is probably going to be one of those episodes that's chock full of stuff happening, so I better pay attention, hadn't I? So yeah, I have no worries about coronavirus whatsoever. Literally had a friend with a regular ass cold hanging out with me a bunch over the past week, and he's clearly given it to me, so I'm not worried in the slightest. Anyway, on with the reaction! Okay, piecing a few things together here. Okay. Hook and Vera, was it? Are coming over. They are coming to Storybrooke. This is going to really shake things up with how all of the cast is going to now be interacting with them. Unless Hook is doing shit in the background, but it's only just occurred to me that while Rumpel has his own role, as himself, Rumpelstiltskin, and how he's already integrated with the stories of everybody. Like, obviously the prominent one is how he has become part of the Beauty and the Beast thing as Belle's Beast, but he is also apparently the crocodile in the Peter Pan story because of his skin. That is fantastic, because if you think back, when he was demanding an explanation, he was like, TikTok. He is literally the TikTok croc. Wow, that is genius, because it's one of those things where it's only if you know of the phrase the TikTok croc, you're even going to put that together or catch that. They threw that in for you to catch him saying TikTok. Like, this is the subtle brilliance that goes into the writing and the script of this show. Oh my goodness. I love how we're piecing together the Peter Pan story, by the way. That was always one of my favourite joyous films when growing up. Like, it was always a riot to watch, especially with how funny Captain Hook was. It's definitely an interesting take on him. He's sort of like a bit more dark, a bit of a darker Jack Sparrow kind of character. Like, I don't know how else to describe him. He's like got the swagger of a Jack Sparrow, but with a bit of a darker personality, a bit more of an asshole, you know. Yeah, I haven't seen the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I just have a general impression of Jack's character, so, you know. But yeah, we've got Neverland, we've got Smee or whatever his name is, we've got Hook, and Rumpel is the croc. All we're missing is Peter and Wendy, and who are the Lost Boys meant to be? Like, unless we're not going that deeply into it. Well, obviously, if there are Lost Boy type characters, they will probably be introduced around the same time that Peter Pan himself is, but obviously he is in Neverland, so I wonder if we're ever going back to Neverland, or if Peter will soon follow Hook, saying, well, I saw this happening and knew he was on his way to Storybrooke somehow. You know, maybe Tinkerbell told him, like, and he wanted to make sure that he wasn't causing any trouble that anyone couldn't handle. I don't know. Maybe he felt like a personal responsibility to follow where Hook was going and make sure everything was okay. I don't know, just creating justifications in my head for why we might see Peter Pan later down the line. This episode did another one of those great things where a bunch of things get tied up in a bow, but then other things open. Other pathways open up. So like this whole Neverland and Captain Hook thing, and how it adds a new aspect to Rumpel's backstory. It was very interesting seeing the way his wife completely gave up on their life together. You know, she wanted something better for herself and just straight up absconded with this captain, and she ended up paying the price for it because the Dark One don't play no games unless they are games he personally enjoys. Yeah, I finally got the direction things were going when he lost his hand and he picked up the hook. I'm like, oh, this is a Peter Pan type situation, but I did not realise until the very end there that he really was the TikTok croc, and that oh my gosh, I'm stumbling over my words just trying to say that is genius to me. That is part of the subtle brilliance of this show. I really enjoyed the relationship stuff in this episode. I felt like it wasn't overdone. It wasn't overplayed. Belle was well within her rights to finally have a straw that broke the camel's back moment when Rumpel tried to play off the experiments he was doing in the basement. Like, that was it for Belle. She's like, you're just too afraid to trust me. You're too much of a coward. Like, she just wants him to be honest with her about what he's doing, because it fills her with doubts about what he is actually doing and whether she's wasting her time trying to bring him around to not be as much of a monster anymore. Like, so that she was completely understandable and very much in the right. I especially loved when she stuck up for her own autonomy, her own self, her own sense of being. She was her own person when she was like, neither her father or Rumple was really caring about what she thought. Like, that was such a great moment for her, because you can't really point at her and accuse her of always being on the arm of a man kind of thing. Like, she straight up said, I'm too good for either of you. This is bullshit. Like, and and I really respected that. And what I respected even more, not only was Rumple's gesture of, like, giving her the key to the library in the first place, but also taking that time while they were alone to fully open up about everything about his core motivations and everything he's ever done. That was major for him. And this isn't even counting how he was like with David, saying, I've come to you because you're the only person who will really understand what I'm going through. And he was very human with him. He was very on the level with him, like talking to him from emotion to emotion. There was no front, there was no bravado, there was no snideness. He was just completely open because of his love for Belle. Like, he wanted to get straight to the heart of the matter and make sure she was safe. Like, it just shows time and time again that what he feels for her is true love. Like, otherwise, all sorts of things would get in the way, including his pride. Like, so he would not go this far for a possession either. Like, it was clear with how he was ready to say goodbye to her. He just wanted her to know everything before they parted ways. Like, it's so romantic, so sweet. I'm really glad that she came around a little to him. Like, she will give you that next chance because you took the time to be honest with her. That's how these things work. So, very pleased for Rumple, very pleased for Belle and what this did for both of their characters and their relationship. And I'm very excited for the possibilities that have been brought up now that Neverland has formally been introduced as a concept. So, yeah, wow. Brilliant all around. Looking forward to the next episode, and I shall see you guys next time.